Let's talk about why right now at the beginning of the year is the right time to schedule your vacation for the whole year. Hey, in case you're new around here, I am Christina Marie Anderson, the owner of Wander Soul Co., a web development studio packed with personality. And if you don't know me yet, you don't yet know that I am a web designer, web developer. I build in the Elementor platform. I work with female founders who are looking to make an impact on their audiences, but who feel a little overwhelmed by everything that's going on with their website and all of the tools that it needs to connect to. And I also have a forthcoming course teaching beginner and intermediate web developers how to build better websites with the Elementor and Elementor Pro page builders, because I know there's a lot of strife that goes along with building with Elementor, and I want to help eliminate that from the Elementor conversation. If you're not subscribed yet, please go ahead and click subscribe, and let's get to today's lesson. Today, I want to talk to you more about scheduling out your vacation for the year. And I'm extremely passionate about this because I think if you take the time to look forward towards the vacations you want to take this year, whether that means an actual traveling vacation or just time off from your business, I think it can be a lot more effective if you are thinking about things that may not have gone right last year. So this is something that I started doing last year in 2023. And the reason that I started partitioning off weeks for vacation in January actually had a lot to do with the very first week of January. So for me in my business, and also when I worked any other job outside of the restaurant business, the first week of January, like literally nothing gets done. People are hungover from the holidays. They're catching up on emails in their inboxes. People really aren't taking super actionable steps in that first week of the month. And last year, I didn't give myself that week off, and I was kicking myself later because I basically just spent the week like filling up my time, dealing with random client requests that could totally wait. And I never really got time to rest and relax, and also time to work in my business. And it can be really tempting to just say, okay, I will shove every little piece of anything I need to do for my business into the days between Christmas and New Year's. It can be really easy to say that when you're a small business owner, when you work inside of your business like we do. You've got a lot of client work going on, and it's really easy to just be like, okay, well, those holiday days, like those are for me. Those are for my business. But the problem with doing this is that it actually can cut off the like relaxation time that you really, really need. And this year, like I will admit, I was a little bit a victim of this, but I saved myself in the end. So I had been piling tasks onto December 27th inside of Asana for probably 2 months. I just kept saying, I'll get that done after Christmas, after Christmas, after Christmas, after Christmas. And so December 27th had this like really, really long list of things to do on it. And I knew that I wasn't going to do all of them on December 27th. I knew that December 27th was really going to be my day to sort of like disperse those tasks out over the next week or two in order that I could get them done in a timely manner and really get the things done in my business that need to be done. Well, I will tell you that on December 27th, I read a book for probably 6 hours of the day, and it was absolutely glorious. I was cuddling with my dog. I was reading this great series called The Inheritance Games. I think it's meant for kids, but I really enjoyed it. And I just kind of like flew through the books, and I didn't want to not read. I wanted to relax, and I wanted to actually take some time to be away from my business. So even though I had scheduled tasks for December 27th, I knew that I had scheduled this upcoming week off because last year, when I was kicking myself for even working that week, I went ahead, and it was probably on this day last year, and I said, next year, I'm not working the first week of the year. And that means that I told clients ahead of time, I am taking off through January 8th. You can expect responses from me by the end of the day on January 9th. And that gave me a lot of breathing room in my business. And I also have other things coming up throughout the year, right? I know that I have a wedding coming up that I'm going to take a whole week off for. I know that I want to go see the eclipse in April, the full solar eclipse here in America. And that is something I'm taking time off for. I also have different visits planned with family members. I'm going to Iceland next month with my mom. I want to go see my best friend in Connecticut. I have a really good friend who's moving up north and I want to be able to go see her as well. So what I do is I sit down at the beginning of the year and kind of compile a list of all of the things I'm hoping to do this year. And again, that may include just literally taking a week off for your business, from your business, or taking a week where you're not doing any client work and you're only working in your business. So I make a list of all of those things that I want to experience throughout the year and the kind of timeline that I need to do that. And I go ahead and I block off my calendar in Google, because what I found is if I just make the list and I don't actually take it off my calendar, down the line, I will have calls booked and I will have to tell people, I'm sorry, I'm not available during that time. So it really is, kind of a twofold effort. Like, number one, I'm giving myself the time that I need. And number two, I'm making sure that my clients will not be able to book during that time. I'm not going to have to go back and kind of give them that bad client experience of saying, actually, I don't have that availability. Oops, like my bad. Like, I don't love having to say that. Nobody really loves having to say that. So if I were you, and I was working full-time in my own business this year, like I am, I would sit down and make that list for yourself. And, think about family events that you have coming up. Think about projects in your own business that you have coming up. Think about projects you have going on around your house. Think about what your kids might need to, be able to go do if that's spring break, if you're taking a trip to Disney, and write all of those things down and think about where they fit into your calendar. So if it's not something that's like already set in stone, like my trip to Iceland, I have flights booked. So I want to make sure that's blocked off. But if it's something more intangible at the moment, like I may want to do this in October, go ahead and book yourself whatever amount of time it is so that you are pre-planning for that time off. You're getting yourself into the mindset of you get to take vacations in your business, because what did we all start our businesses for if not for freedom? And make sure that you are blocking all of that off to give yourself that space and time that you need. And so that you're not having to go back to clients or potential clients later on and say, oh, I'm so sorry, I don't actually have that availability. And again, I'm recommending you do that this week, right now. Set yourself up for success heading into 2024 and make sure that you are getting an appropriate amount of time off, because we all work really, really hard in our businesses and we don't want to overdo it. We don't want to overwork ourselves. We don't want to get burned out. So make sure you're taking that time off. If you are not yet subscribed to my channel, please take a moment and go ahead and subscribe. It would mean the world to me. And in case you don't already know it, I have a forthcoming Elementor course and template suite that will be launching at the end of Q1. If you are interested in getting on the list for that, please go to my website, click on Elementor in the navigation. It's ELLA Mentor, Elementor, and sign up for the waitlist where you'll be the first to know about that course and template suite drop. Thanks so much for stopping by, and I will be back next week.